Hello from the trail again. I'm Peter Zion. We've been discussing what the major challenges that are going to pop up in the international system are for the next American president. The third big one involves the Chinese. Now, relationships between Beijing and DC have been, let's just call it problematic now for a couple of decades, but it's really been sliding downhill under the last two presidents. That's certainly not going to get any better. Whether it's Trump or Biden in the White House come January, the degree of hostility is going to continue and, if anything, build. Both have been competing to see who can be more anti-Chinese, with, as a rule, the Trump administration favoring more economic sanctions. The Biden administration would probably favor more political sanctions, but either way, things are not going to get better anytime soon. And with the Americans withdrawing from the global order writ large, it means that a lot of the pillars that underpin Chinese success are going to go away. China's demographic situation is terminal, so they can't have a consumption-led economy. And with the Americans removing support from the global networks, a trade-based, an export-based system is no longer viable. So we're looking at a sharp economic and political crisis happening in the mainland. What that does for us is it means that the Chinese have a choice. They can finally, in a very short period of time, deal with all this institutional and demographic and export and security and political overhang that they've been pushing off for the last 40 years and risk a complete collapse, or they can start a fight. Now, they're not going to start with a fight with the United States. That's when they would lose. They're not going to set out to start a fight with the Japanese. That's when they would lose. But Taiwan checks most of the boxes. The Chinese Navy was actually designed to recapture Taiwan. And so we're going to see a Taiwan crisis. The position of the Americans since the 70s has been one of strategic ambiguity, which is basically a way of saying that we want a one China system, but we recognize that Taiwan is special in some way. We have not put words to what that special means. Under either Trump or Biden, we are edging towards recognizing Taiwanese independence outright, something that the Beijingers would, of course, be furious about. But one way or another, this is the flashpoint that is coming, and the next administration is going to have to decide how to handle it. If it comes to a war, it's not like the Chinese have a hope here. Their economy is completely dependent upon what the U.S. Navy does in the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, places that really the Chinese Navy can't reach. But that doesn't mean that the Chinese won't shoot, and they have a lot of interesting weapons that can hit a lot of places in the first island chain, and they do have a couple hundred ICBMs. It's nothing to sneeze at. Fun. The next crisis won't be quite as blammy. Will probably actually be more exciting for most of you, so stay tuned. Part 4 coming soon.